Thumbs up.
Yeah. Can you tell?
Surprised me.
In Miami.
Don't stop. Very smart. Don't listen to him.
Have you?
Well, I've not heard anything about it apart from obviously you guys in the media highlighting it to me. I'm not quite sure where the stories originated, but certainly there's been no contact between clubs or whatever. Wouldn't expect there to be at this point in time. Doesn't surprise me if there is a modicum of truth in it that top teams are looking at Asmi, because he's an outstanding keeper, and that's what top clubs do, make sure that they've got their finger on the pulse and they understand the talent that's out there. And that, as I said, that doesn't surprise me, but we're certainly not encouraging it. Asmi is a huge part of what we're trying to do here, so like I said, there's been no contact. There's lots of clubs looking to see what they're going to do next year, so maybe that's where it's originated from, but certainly there's been no club-to-club contact. Yeah, unfortunately Robert had an operation last night, and obviously he's going to miss the end of the season. Unfortunately, it's been difficult for us. We've tried to get him back, and he's been very close on a number of occasions, but unfortunately the knee was reacting adversely to any opportunity that we had to really push him on, and every time we tried to just push him to the next level, then that's when the reaction in the knee would force us to take a step back. So we took him to the surgeon, and he had another look at it, and he recommended that Robert had another operation just to get a real understanding of what's going on in the knee. And by all accounts it was good news in terms of what he found. There's no real structural element to it, it's just there's an issue in the knee that's causing the knee to flare up, and we now have a better understanding of what's going on. So hopefully he'll be fit and well to go for the beginning of next season. Well, we haven't made a decision, but it's fair to say Matty hasn't played as many times as he would have liked this year. He's in the last year of his contract, and it may be that he sees his future elsewhere, but certainly from now to the end of the season there's a number of players that we'll be discussing in terms of where we see their future as a club. It's fair to say Matty is in that bracket, but he's been great. I mean, it was a frustration from my point of view that he hasn't been as fit as often as I would have liked him to be this year. He's just had issues with his back, and that's caused him other problems in his calves and what have you. So it's only now that actually he's back fit and well, and that's why he's been more involved in recent weeks. So you never say never, and we're pleased that he's an option for me at this moment in time, because unfortunately he hasn't been as often as I would have liked this season. We appealed the decision because we'd seen other situations, very similar challenges, that weren't punished with a red card. So we felt it was important that we challenged the decision, because we thought there was inconsistency there in terms of the same type of challenge happening with other players and at other clubs, and it wasn't deemed a red card offence. We highlighted three such challenges. One actually involved the lad that John unfortunately clipped, the lad Doherty, who the week previous against Aston Villa had put in a real strong challenge, more dangerous in my view than John's on actually Doherty himself, and that was deemed to be a yellow card. So we're a little bit confused in terms of what the interpretation of it is, and we're obviously just trying to highlight that there was inconsistency in terms of that interpretation of that type of challenge. Big game, obviously. West Ham first one up of the three that you mentioned, and West Ham are on a good run of form themselves, and Sam certainly, since he's got his players back that he's had out injured, then as he said, their form was improved markedly as a consequence. So they're in good shape physically, and on the strength of the run that they've been on, obviously their confidence is high. So it's a good matchup against them at the moment. So it's not going to be an easy game. But at home, as I said, we fancy our chances against anybody, irrespective of the confidence of the opposition.